Hello and welcome. Campbell here from Spiral. I hope you're having a fantastic day. And we're back with Joe for another tarot reading. And it's for the week, the 1st to the 5th of November. Can you believe we're in November? What's going on with time, right? Maybe Joe can let us know. Welcome, Joe.
Yes. Hey, Campbell. Actually, talking about time. Yes, everything unfolds as it should. So let's detach from time. Let's let everything unfold. But you're absolutely right. It does feel like this year has flown by so fast.
And they do talk about the quickening, don't they? You know, a lot, so that time speeds up. So you know, all these tales and prophecies and things we've been told, they seem to be coming true. We seem to be living in the time of prophecy. So talking about prophecy, what do we have? Do you want to pull some cards and we'll see what's coming up in the next 5 days?
Okie dokie. Ezushtakumuyetsa. Estuyanama. Estuyanama yandayo tetesh tushtiamaka. Ize tushti zakio kamakike. Ezutayo shoshia takama. So this being is laughing at the whole concept of time. It's sort of a bit humorous, a bit of a sort of
joke.
A joke. Yep.
Yeah, well, it's confusing, I guess. I mean, we can't see it because we're seeing through a 3D, brain or mind or whatever, vision. But this is the thing about time. And it's funny, I said it to Mark Atwood, and then last night Mark and JC were on a show and JC mentioned like the exact same thing. And it's like the concept is if time doesn't exist and we're here talking, then that proves that we won, right? Because we're in an experience down here, and if we had lost, then this timeline wouldn't be going forward and we wouldn't be here talking. So it's proof that we're here, that we've won. Yeah, so.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so I'm also going to pull out some angel cards just because it's nice to get their input, and some unicorn cards. So I'll pull that out as well. Okay. Ejute ashushian bakikenet sakamakike. Ezotushte ashushiana makia. Ezotushte ushushiana makike kriatarakike. Ezotushte ashushiana makia. Ezutashi sakamukia. Ingeko chet sakamoyet sa atesh tushte amiaka. Izetesh tayash yash tukumuko ye mayan dayaka. Ekokayat sekamiaka. So, strangely and interestingly enough, the angel card is divine order.
Oh.
Everything is how it needs to be right now. Look past the illusion and see the underlying order. So it's all happening because the first rider-waite is the 10 of Cups. Now, actually, if I was to look at, so I pulled the 2, 2, and 2 again of the rider-waite. These are all what you would call minor arcana or minor arcana, which is there's major and there's minor. And the major are really deep karmic changes, profound transformation. Whereas these are things that come in, roll around and then leave. They're sort of more day-to-day issues that you're resolving. So nothing really heavy, hard going. So for people that are looking at this is the joy that you are seeking is within reach. This is the Cups. I mean, I call this happy families. And the 10 is a pinnacle of a lesson when you get a 10 in any of the suits. So you've learned all that you need to learn. You've come to the climax of an understanding. You go, I get it now. And you're ready to move into the next phase. So this is what joy and happiness is really just around the corner.
No, I mean, that's fairly similar to the angel card too, isn't it?
Well, this is what I find. When I pull out a whole selection, they tell a story, and they show you the story from beginning to end. And it's odd, or not often, that you'll have one card that sticks out and says, well, how does this fit in? But they all fit into this little story. So this one is this, I think, I'm not quite sure. We've had this again recently. And this is an end of a battle, an end of a war. So, but it's also about moving on and letting go of the past. Don't look back, move on and find peace with what has happened, because it was all part of the learning, it was all part of the challenge that you signed up for in this life. Ejutakumoyetsa, izatuштako etsa, akike uzeo tushte yambakika. Izutuштeo shushienda biatsa, asietushta akumoyetsa niaka. Izutuштeo shushienda aki ze etushtayama. And actually, now that I'm speaking light language, I'm just reminded, you sent me the video of a friend of yours that is now speaking light language, and another 2 people have contacted me saying that they're now hearing light language and being able to speak it. So it is becoming like it is, I think it's going to be a part, and it could potentially be a part of this process. Of that higher frequency. Estushtakmaya, se etushtoyo jiambakietsa, asi etushteo muyondayasea. Ikokaya chukomboche se etia zia mukietsa kumoya. Ezotushteo shushiena makia kocheziata. Ezotushteo shushiena mayatakia. So, the next 2. And again, I believe this has come up, but in reading this story, this is about you are going to lead the way. You need to lead the way. You're ready to lead the way. So believe in yourself. And that's the unicorn card, to believe in yourself, to lead the way. Leading the way is through achieving balance. And this again came up again. So they're very similar cards, but looking at them with this new story. This is about giving and receiving in equal amounts. But it's also when you give to yourself, you give to others at the same time. And it's almost like if you're on an aeroplane and the oxygen mask comes down, you put it on yourself first before you help others. So that is what this is saying, that to lead the way, we do it by example. And we honestly have to look after ourselves first before we can help others, before we can lead the way for others. So don't feel bad about giving to yourself. Make sure you do give to yourself. And in giving to yourself, in being patient with yourself, being kind and compassionate to yourself, you are showing somebody else to do that they can do the same for themselves as well, because it really is all about love. And unfortunately, we've been shown many times, as we've said, that we're faulty, that we're bad, and that we're, not worth it. But in fact,
sin.
Yeah. Ejuteo ziumbakietsa komuya chetsiataka. Izetushtea shushienza akuketsa. Izotushtea shushiembakietsa asietushoyon moyondaya zietuyena. Igo kaya chuka se esienza okushteo jujiena makia. Izotushteo shushiana makietsa atie shushiana maka. So the last 2 cards are both wands.
Wow, lots of wands today. Lots of magic.
Walking your talk is the wands. It's the speaking stick. in this layout and spread. Hoje azul e na makika. So the page is about trying this new, letting go of the past. Like, how do you imagine if you were born this morning or woke up this morning and it was as if you were just born and you didn't remember any of what anybody had told you could or you couldn't do. You didn't have any ideas or remember that you'd made that mistake. So you could create who you were anew this morning. And that is what this card is saying. Who could you be right now if you didn't allow any of the preconceived ideas to influence or cloud your concept of who you are and who you could be? And again, this is walking as if you are, Yeshua ben Joseph. How would you walk through the world if you believed in Jesus and you believed in his compassion and his care and his love and his ability to heal? How would you walk through the day as if you were him, as if you had those attributes? And it's saying, try something, be new in that, how you walk through the day. How do you think, it's hard to find, I was going to say Einstein, but some people believe, that he was all this stuff. But he was intelligent. He had the story that we are told is that he's intelligent, that he was a lateral thinker, that he did all of this stuff. So how would you walk through your day as if you were that type of a person? How would it feel? Say you like, say you like Joe Dispenza and you love how he talks. How do you think he walks through his day? So can you be that new expression? And to move it to, or keep doing it to the point where you are it's incorporated and it's a part of who you are. Because ultimately this card is about walking your talk, but it's also about not caring what other people think, about how you express, you dress how you want, you say whatever you feel you need to say. So it's about finding that new you and let go of all of the limitations and concepts you've had of what you can and you can't do. So it's okay to be different. That's just what I pulled out. So be bold, be brash.
Yeah.
Be whoever you want to be.
I mean, if not now, then when, right? I mean, it's excuse me. Yeah, if you can't sort of be your true self now with the world collapsing, then yeah, you might want to do some soul searching. I mean, basically that was all saying the same thing. All those cards, we're pretty much at a point where we need to step into our power. We need to drop the baggage, be who we really are, and get out there and lead the way. Be the change we want to see, which we say so often. And don't buy into the story anymore. And understand it's just a story. The news is just a story, and the more we focus on it, the more we bring that into reality. So if we change our focus, we start to bring other things into reality, and yeah, we start to bring in this new earth, which we're all focused on getting here as quickly as we can. So yeah, some good advice there.
Yeah. In essence, the message from my perspective hasn't really changed. And this is why, interestingly, the cards keep coming out and reflecting this. We have to redefine who we think we are. We have to know that we are the creator gods, that we are creating how the next moment unfolds by how we feel in this moment about ourselves, what we can do, what we can't do. But this reality on one level is very flexible and malleable. And we are creating it moment by moment.
Yeah, definitely agree with that. The only reason it seems so fixed is, everyone is focusing on the same story and they're making it fixed. So it's definitely time for, some possibilities, a bit of maybe nonsense getting out there. You're in a child being silly, not caring what people do. I don't know, maybe going on quests to find crystal cities and things like this that don't actually make sense in the 3D world. Because that's how you bring in the new world, right? You create it, you do something different. I was thinking about the Truman Show, and it's the same thing. He just goes through his routine, and as long as he believes it and keeps doing it, the same things keep happening, literally. And then he stands there and he sees the same cars, and the same things keep happening. And as soon as he steps out and changes what he does and acts differently, everything just completely breaks down and changes. So I think, there's a big lesson there. We really need to get out and crack the mold, show other people what's possible and be the leaders, into the new world, right? Into the new earth.
Yes. Yeah. Lead the way.
Definitely. All righty. Well, there you go, guys. Big week coming up. So get out there, drop the baggage, be yourself, and lead the way. What can you do? What are your skills? How can you get out there and help and show people the direction that is better than the path that we've already traveled, shall we say? All right. Thank you, Jo, and we'll talk to you again next week. And of course, Jo will be putting up her weekend reading on her channel. We'll leave the links below, and that goes up on Friday night. So make sure to check that out as well. All right. And we'll talk to you next week.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.